Assalamu alaikum dear students. So today our topic is the special types of the individual customers. First of all, we will discuss what does it mean by customer of the bank. After that we will discuss the different types of the bank customers. So different types of bank customer. First of all, what is customer of the bank? So a customer is one who has an account with the bank. To comprise a customer, there must be some recognizable course of habit of dealing in the nature of regular banking business. A customer, dear students, is that person who has account in a bank, either that is current accounts, that is saving accounts, that is profit and loss accounts, that is terms deposit account, or any type of accounts that person have in the bank. So that is called the customer of the bank. Type wise, we have different bank customers. For example, minors, illiterates, married woman, lunatic person, trustees, joint account holders, partnership, limited companies, business, club, societies, charitable institutions. These are all the customers of the bank. Keep in mind, only personals that are not the customers of the bank. Different institutions, different firms, different organizations, they are also the customers of the bank. For example, if any business, they open their account in the bank by the name of their business, so they are also becomes the customer of that bank. So here we are many types of the customers, but a few we will discuss in details, which are included in your course outline. So first one special type of individual customer is minor. Minor is someone who is under age of 18. The person who never attained the age of 18, less than 18 years, that person is called minor. If a minor has a graduation appointed, so under by the code, so that the he or she will remain as a minor till at the age of 21. Like there is a person whose age is under 18, and he or she appointed their guardians. So that guardians will remain till at the age of 21. Keep in mind, the natural guardians of a minor is the father and then the mothers. This does not include stepfathers and stepmothers. With regards to the minor is a married girls, so her husband will be the natural guardians. If the father becomes a holy man or does not remain as a guardians. So a father can be appointed as a guardians. Such a guardians will act after the death of the parents. The court can appoint a guardians if in the opinion of the court the father is unfit to be a guardians, like mentally he is not a medical fit persons, so then that person not becomes the guardians. The court had held that a mother can act as the natural guardians if the father is not in the actual charge of the affairs of the minor because of his unresponsiveness or because of an agreement with the mother. Sometimes, let's suppose if a mother make an agreement, if a minor make an agreement with the mothers that you will be my guardians. So in that case, and similarly, if father is not a responsive person, or if the mental level, mental or medical, the father don't have the perfect medical position, so in that case mother will becomes the guardian of the minor. The minor can open the accounts in the bank in any shape, either in the current account shape, either in the fixed account shape, either in the profit and loss account shape, either in the saving account shape. So they are allowed. According to the Contract Act 1872, the state that has a minor is not capable of entering into a valid contract. Means that minor is not allowed to make a contract or to be entered in a contract. So a contract for the supply of the necessaries of the life to a minor is a valid contract. A minor can reject all other contracts. So therefore, a banker must be careful in its dealing with a minor. If a minor enters into a contract representing himself as a major and then refuses to honor the contracts on the grounds that he is a minor, so the minor has to return the benefits and he got through the contracts. Saving accounts also can be opened in the name of minors, but this may be in the name of the minor to be operated upon by the guardians, and to be operated by himself, by the minor, if he or she is 12-year-old or more. So two minors above the age of 12 can open and operate a joint account as well as. Date of birth of the minor is recorded at the time of opening the accounts. And when the minor reaches at the age of 18, the minor's account in the guardian's names should be closed, and the balance should be paid to the account holders, or the balance that should be transferred to a new account. Then now the minor, when he or she attained the age of 18, so now the nature of account will be changed. Now this should not be, now the minor is not remain the minor. He attained the 18-year age now, so he will not be treated just like a normal customers. Look at, and if the minor is in the minor age and his father is guardians, and if his father is died, so after that his or her mother will be the guardians, and if her mother his mother is also died during still he or she is minor, so then the next guardians will be appointed by the will of the mother, that what was the will of the mother. And if mothers of that minor not make any wills to the bank, then court will decided the guardians of that minor person. But court decided only blood relations guardians. Second one type of the bank customers is lunatic persons. Lunatic or insane person is that person who is not capable of understanding the things or had an unsound mind. Lunatic is persons of unsound mind, and they are not capable of entering into a valid contracts. So accounts should not be opened in the name of a persons of unsound mind or lunatic. If a bank has discounted a bill, returns or endorsed are accepted by a persons of unsound mind, so the banker can realize the money only if he or she can prove that he was unaware of the lunacy of the other persons. So all transactions in the court of a person declares to be of unsound mind, and that must be stopped when a banker receives notice that an account holder is of unsound mind. If an account holder become a person of unsound mind, so he should not be permitted to handle his account. Look at lunatic persons is a person who don't know that who don't make distinguish between their good or bad. One thing. Second one thing, lunatic persons is an unsound mind. He is completely insane. So, if a lunatic person come in a bank and he wants to open an account, so according to the law, he don't have the right to open an account. But look at, if a person is already have account in a bank, and after that, by birth he is not a lunatic, but after some period of time he become lunatic. Clear? So mentally he or she is disturbed. So bank will immediately stop transaction with that persons. And will reopen the accounts when banks gets the certificates, medical certificates of that person, that now he is further no more lunatic. If still he is lunatic, so he is not allowed to make transaction in his or her account. After that, after their lunacy, her or his guardians or family members, they will withdraw the money, but with the court orders. First they will prove that yes, these are the family members. So then after the complete scrutiny, the court will declare the person that now his or her father, his or her mother, brother, blood relations, they can withdraw, they can handle the account of that person. So lunatic persons, if already a person is in the lunacy positions, so they can't open the account, keep in mind. But if already a person has the account in a bank, he was not lunatic before, so and now he or she becomes the lunatic. So when the court know their lunacy, bank immediately stop the transaction in that account until and unless court decided or the banks received the certificates of their mental level. So next one, individual customers of the bank is the drunk person. So the drunk is a person who is in the state of intoxications and is not in the sense for some limited period of time. So in such situation, if a person that is drunk and he enters into the bank, so the banker is not allowed that to obey the orders of the drunk customers. Clear? Why? He is now in the intoxication position, so he don't know the good or bad of their own. So if in that situation he or she that withdraw the money, so according to the banking law, banker is not allowed in that case to allow them to withdraw money from their own accounts. Number one, if already the person have the accounts in the bank, but look at if the person who don't have the account and he is in the intoxication position comes to the bank, he wanna or she wanna open an account. So banker is not allowed to open an account for a drunk persons. If he or she is in a proper sense, then he or she can open and operate the bank account. Banker will call them for to wait, and until he becomes in the sense, he is now out of intoxication stage, so after that banker can open an account for such persons. But until and unless he not became in the their real positions and still they are in the intoxication, so in that state at that time they don't have the right to open and operate the account. Similarly, the banker is also not allowed to open an account for him or her, or not allow them for the operations of their accounts. Next one is the married woman. So married woman can enter into a valid contract with the bank. She can also open a bank account, but her husband will not be liable with regards to the loan taken unless the loan she returns, or if the loan is taken with her husband consents and authority. Clear? Means that a married woman can also be the customer of the bank, because in the banking law men and women are equal. So a married woman can open and operate her bank account just like a man. When a married woman open an account, so in the bank, it doesn't mean that her husband is responsible or liable for the liability of her account. Only she is liable for her account, all the transaction. Yes, in case of if her husband take the responsibility that if my wife not returns back the loan amount on time or the liability on time, so I will be responsible. In that case, her husband will be responsible, otherwise no. Next one, customer of the bank, that is called Parda observing woman. Parda observing woman, that is the customers mostly in the Islamic countries. So if a person who observe parda in a lady or a woman, that is also an important customer, and bank had to be a very caution in opening an account for her. When a bank allowed them to open an account, so after the complete scrutiny, the bank then allowed the parda observing woman and open account for her. In account opening stage, banker also request an introducers or the parda observing woman, that person will introduce her and will take all the responsibilities. Once the bank satisfied, so then they allowed to open an account and operate. The next one is the illiterate person. Illiterate persons in the banking eyes is that who can't put the signatures. So it doesn't mean that the persons are illiterate, so he or she can't open the account. Yes, they can open, illiterate persons can open the accounts. So banks arrange such a customers will give their photographs when he or she open the accounts, and bank must attach their fingerprints on the signature card. And it means that when bank open the accounts for an illiterate persons, so instead of signatures, bank take the fingerprints on the SS card. SS card means signature, secure signature card. So in this way, the illiterate persons is an account is open for him or her, and after that he or she is allowed to operate that account. So these was the main types of the individual customer of the bank. We also have other individuals customer of the bank, like I told you, the trustee, the joint account holder, power of attorney holders, partnership businesses, limited liabilities companies. But I explained those who are in your course outline. So I hope that you will understand in this lecture. See you inshallah in the next class. Till then, Allah Hafiz.